Doombreaker is a comic very similar to Solo Leveling and Omniscient Reader, but it still brings a unique flair that I really have to recommend. Yes, it is very similar. It's got the same art style vibe, it has the same sort of perk system as Omniscient Reader, but obviously with a few twists and turns. It's sort of, if I were to combine Solo Leveling with Omniscient Reader, I think Doombreaker would be like the sort of combination of the two. But that's not to say it's copying these two, I just think what's happening here is that Doombreaker is using a lot of tropes and a lot of these sort of elements that make these comics so fun and so popular, and combining them together to make this just a really fun comic to read. One of the unique things that Doombreaker brings to the table that these other two comics do not is that Doombreaker's main character, Zephyr, which by the way, I made a fan video game. I made this video game using RPG Maker like a decade ago, and my main character was named Zephyr, so I'm already very attached. He's this character who he's sort of brought back. He's reached the end of his life, humanity has completely died out, he's the last survivor, and at the very end, he basically makes the demon overlord absolutely pissed off because he does not go down begging or whatever. I'm not gonna spoil everything, but he goes down in this way that makes the demon lord absolutely pissed. And so there's this whole, argument with the gods, and they want to bring him back. And so he's sent back to when he was very, like 10 years ago, and he remembers everything and even comes back with a few perks. So the story is about how he continues his life remembering everything and how he can change everything, and he wants to kill the Overlord demon. In a way, it reminds me of Rebirth, which is a comic that I really like too, where the main character is sent back. Again, it's like, it's unique because it's combining all these different things that make these comics so good, and it presents them beautifully. The art style is fantastic. There's even an animated trailer that I've been showing off here and there that you can see. It's like, there's this art style that just works so well on WEBTOON, and Doombreaker just fits right in. You've got perks, so basically, things that help you, kind of like passive abilities, right? So you don't take damage if it's below a certain threshold, or, potions are like way more effective on you, and it's really fun seeing how Zephyr uses these different perks, like the potion thing, for example, and he's able to use that and manipulate that to his advantage in so many different ways. You also have dungeons that you can enter, and there's monsters in these dungeons that can drop like mana crystals and various things, and so you can get stronger. Again, similar to a lot of these other comics. And there's also items you can find in these dungeons and like reasons you want to go in and explore. Now, there's a lot more to this comic too. These are just the very basics, the sort of foundation of the story. I mean, the comic itself the action is great. I really like the characters so far. So far, I'm only in like the early stages, so Zephyr's like the main character that you get to spend time with, but Zephyr's a great main character. I think he's funny, he's cool and epic, but what I really like is there are certain flashback sequences that happen, or flash forward, I guess, where you get to see characters that you haven't met yet, but to Zephyr, they mean a lot to him. Like the master of potions, and how he uses his poisons, but because he remembers from his previous lifetime, like talking to him about using the potions, and it's like, damn, that's really cool. And then also, someone that I would assume is like romantically very special to him, that he's, cares about, or just someone, I don't know, I don't want to assume romantic, but like, you see these people that he cares about, but of course he hasn't met them yet, and I'm dying to know who these people are and how it's gonna change everything because he already did meet them. I don't know, I'm hooked. I want to find out how Zephyr handles all these experiences and how he handles this second chance that he's been given. I recommend checking out Doombreaker. The link is down below. You can download the WEBTOON app. Huge shout out to WEBTOON for sponsoring this video. Doombreaker's so much fun. If you're someone who likes solo leveling and you need something else to read, Doombreaker, it's really similar, but also really fun in its own unique way. It didn't feel like I was reading solo leveling, just something that was similar, which is awesome, like I said. And of course, you can read it on the WEBTOON app. It's simple, it's freaking it's awesome to use. So check the link down below. Thank you so much for watching my video, and with that being said, I will see you in my next WEBTOON review. Take care.